Alright guys, so I'm going to be doing a review of Godzilla Rivals Mothra vs. Hedorah. Now, I gotta be honest, the Godzilla Rivals series I have been mostly collecting. I wasn't able to grab... The only one I haven't been able to grab was the Jet Jaguar vs. Megalon issue. I missed it. I should have grabbed it at MegaCon at the IDW booth, but that's beside the point. But the thing is like, I was thinking of doing more reviews with Godzilla Rivals. It's just a lot of them aren't good. A lot of them weren't good. I will say, though, and I was thinking of debating on doing a review of this, was the Mothra vs. Mothra issue, which was previous to this one. And I'm going to talk about that in a bit. But yeah, the Mothra vs. Mothra one was actually really cool, even though it wasn't really about Mothra fighting Mothra. There's only a little bit of it. It's more Mothra, Jet Jaguar, and Mechagodzilla fighting each other in the middle of being attacked by the Red Bamboo, and fucking Mothra was caught in the crossfire. So it's more of Mechagodzilla versus Mothra than it is Mothra versus Mothra. But yeah. And it kind of leaves off on a... But that was the only one that really made me go, damn, this is really good. And I am interested in Godzilla, in the next Godzilla Rivals, where it's Godzilla back in the forefront, and Manda is the spotlight monster. So I'm curious to see how that will go. But yeah. I thought this would be kind of cool, because this is a matchup that really, like, I wanted to do a review of this one, because I really think this is, like, again, it's not so much I think, I know this is a fight I wanted to see for the longest time, because Mothra and Hedorah could easily work as rivals. Mothra is all about preserving life and nature, and Hedorah is all about pollution and destruction of nature and light and death of life. They are the exact polar opposites. So to have Mothra battle Hedorah is a no-brainer. The two are a great juxtaposition between each other. So to have it is really cool. Also, I'm very confused, by the way, about these Godzilla Rivals issues. We've only had one King Ghidorah issue, and we haven't had King Ghidorah fight another monster outside of Godzilla. Would it be at all possible to have, like, I don't know, Ghidorah and destroy a throwdown? Would that be at all possible? Just saying. Like it's Godzilla's two greatest enemies battling each other, so why not? So I'm hoping one day in these Godzilla Rival comics, we get Godzilla Rivals Destroya versus Ghidorah, and have Godzilla's two biggest enemies battle each other. But yeah, and that King Ghidorah issue also for Godzilla Rivals was also a slapper. But yeah, getting back to this basically, they're all their own continuity, which is weird because, like, the way the Mothra vs. Mothra issue ends is basically, it ends on a cliffhanger of, and it basically has something coming down from space, and I thought it was going to lead, and then they said, in next issue, Mothra vs. Hedorah, so they're doing back-to-back issues, and I thought to myself, okay, so it's going to be a two-parter, cool. Nope, this is a different continuity altogether. So, the story centers around two sisters, Astrid and, I'm forgetting the other one's name, Astrid and Aurora, these twin sisters, because you always gotta have twins with Mothra, and basically what's it about is that, this little town in, this very Miyazaki-looking town in Alaska, worships Mothra. They have a Mothra festival. And the two sisters are raised by their grandmother, but she basically says, I'm dying, I hope you guys will carry on the legacy of Mothra from here on out. Meanwhile, we have a, billionaire douchebag who's dying, and he discovers a meteorite containing a little tadpole organism who is Hedorah. And, yeah, so months pass, the grandma's died, the two sisters are trying to figure out what to do next, and meanwhile, the billionaire, it's not gonna matter, trust me, the billionaire basically has been dying, but however, he's been using the Hedorah, the Hedorah in his microscopic form, to essentially fix his wounded cells. However, he overdoses, he just gets greedy and overdoses, and literally in a shocking moment of body horror, Hedorah explodes out of the guy, chestbuster style. How fucking metal is that? That's one way to bring about your monster. So Hedorah proceeds to unleash body horror esque deaths across the facility, killing everyone. And it's kind of funny because the artwork is very like manga, anime inspired. It's very beautiful. But yeah, Hedorah just proceeds to just wreck everybody, and you can clearly see that the Miyazaki inspiration for it, especially like how they shoot, how the angles showcase Hedorah. Like, yeah. So yeah, the girls call Mothra. Mothra shows up, and the fight's pretty decent. The thing is that this is more story, and it's more of a Hedorah story than it is Mothra. It's kind of like with these crossover issues, is that I wish they could find a way to do both the story and the monster fight. Some of them have been really good. I think one of the, some of the best that have been really good at this was the Rodan and Hedorah fight, which was them just falling through space and beating the shit out of each other. That's a whole thing. And then another one that was really bad was the Mothra Titanosaurus one, which was 90% Titanosaurus, and then Mothra just showed up to be like, "Brrr, go away," and Titanosaurus fucked off. Here they actually have a decent fight. Like, there is an actual, decent battle between Mothra and Hedorah, which I'll give it that. I still think the best ones I have read so far are the Hedorah issue for Godzilla, when it's Godzilla centric. But for the other monsters outside of Godzilla, I think the best ones have been Hedorah versus Rodan and Mothra versus Mothra. Even though it should have been called Mecha Godzilla versus Mothra, which could have easily... Mothra just felt like she was just there. Anyway, so I like to collect these, even though they kind of vary in quality. But they're pretty fun, and I'm such a Godzilla fan, I have to. So I ordered Godzilla Rivals vs. Manda, so I'll probably do a review of that when that comes out, I think in July. But other than that, yeah. So if you've read Godzilla Rivals, Mothra vs. Hedorah, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Other than that, I hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.